Hey girlfriends, welcome back. So this is my video on the topic of dating as a Christian woman and what I learned. So this topic, I thought about it and I talked about it with my friend and she was like, girl, you should do it. So here I am. I know it's been a while. I hope you all had a happy Easter. And I think I missed a few holidays. So Merry Christmas, Happy Easter, Happy Kwanzaa, and whichever other holiday I missed. I hope you just are happy in general. Um, so I have 5 topics I want to talk about. I'm going to try my best to be clear and concise. In no way am I an expert, but after 5 dating apps, about 10 dates, 3 marriage proposals, and basically after this dating experience journey, I feel like I want to share some tips that I have learned. Oh, and a partridge in a pear tree. That's for you, Rachel. um, Yes, so let's get started. The first tip that I wrote down was to hold strong to your boundaries and value your voice. So if you're saying this is my limit and this is where I feel like I'm comfortable with, stand on it because it allows the person to not only respect you more, but also give them an idea and a sense of what is okay and what's not okay. So for example, for me, I say I don't kiss on the first date, and that's my standard and my boundaries. So if I see someone trying to finagle their way and act different and be like, you know what, I think I could sway her. Excuse me, you're already being disrespectful. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries and doesn't even sit down to at least have a conversation like, why do you feel that way, rather than trying to worm their way into doing something that you're uncomfortable with, it's disrespectful. Yeah, it is. And so you can see these true attributes in the beginning. Like for me, I even say I'm not going to text after 11 o'clock. Now, sometimes I might because I still might be up, but generally I try not to. So now they know, oh, she's not going to reply after 11, so I have to wait till 8 o'clock in the morning of the next day. Now, I know I'm not the best with that rule all the time, but I try to enforce it. So learn your boundaries, learn what works for you, and when you do, hold on to it. Um, oh, and value your voice so that you can respect it as well. Um, Oh, number 2, if it's worth it, then the guy will respect you and your boundaries because he wants to make you comfortable. So another boundary of mine would be I don't smoke and I don't drink. So if the guy says, "Oh, you're being so lame. You should smoke. You should try this out," and I say, that makes me very uncomfortable. Rather than him being receptive and appreciative that I'm even vocalizing this to him, and he's trying to make me do something that I don't like to do, that tells you right there it's time to go because these things are important to me. Like, you can't see them. That's why I'm expressing them to you so that you know what is okay and what's not okay. So I feel like someone appreciating you and respecting you, they won't want you to be uncomfortable or in harm's way. So, number 3, communicate and express yourself as well as vocalize the praise and also your concerns. So, if someone does something really well, you can say, "Oh, wow, thank you for the flowers. They were so beautiful and they made my day." Or if someone tells you something and you say, "Wow, I really appreciate that compliment. Thank you." But if they do something that you don't like, you can use your voice in that way and say, "I didn't like you speaking to me in that tone," or "I didn't like you, um, like for me, I like to have quality time and definitely express myself as far as communication. So it doesn't have to be every day. I'm lying. It do, but it doesn't have to be for a long time every day. It should be checking in and making sure you're all right. So if I say I really value communication, can we at least try and talk every once in a while, even if it's a quick text here and there, because I feel like that's just showing that you actually are caring about the person and interested to know what they're doing. So if you just go 8 days without talking, like, what were you doing? That's too long. So if I express that and you go all this time, then next on that 9th day, I'ma say I didn't like that because I feel like I already told you what I liked and you said you understood. So what were you doing then? Not in the sense of cheating, but you're not even seeing that's something that's important to me. You know, like if even if the guy vocalizes things, like if he likes affirmations. And I start off the whole friendship like, oh, you're so handsome, you're doing a great job, I'm so proud of you, you're gonna be successful. And then by week 4, I'm just like, oh, that's nice. He's gonna feel like I'm shortchanging him, like, girl, excuse me, where my affirmations at? You told me you knew what I liked. Now, of course, relationships are learning phases, so you have to like once you learn something about your person, you try and do better so that you don't hurt them anymore, you know? So if I said, oh, I'm so sorry, you missed those affirmations, I'll try and pick them up again. That's me working with him rather than, you already know you're handsome, leave me alone. Like, okay, that's dismissive and it's not really, it's not kind to him because this is something that he likes. Number 4, have realistic expectations for him and you. So having the realistic expectations is something I had to learn. Because as soon as I like somebody, I'm like, man, delete this app, delete all these numbers. Don't even worry about it. Because I like you, but boy, I ain't even checked to see if he liked me too. And that's where the realistic expectations come from. Like, if he didn't say, you know, we're gonna go, look about you. If he didn't specifically say to you, you know, I'm really enjoying spending time with you and I want to continue as a relationship, then it is not my job to say we automatically in a relationship because I like you so much. I had to really learn that because I'm like sitting here like, excuse me, why do you used to have a couple dating apps and I'm sitting here without any? And it's not like we didn't discuss this, you know. It's two sides to this coin. So if you talk to him, you say, this is how I feel, he agrees, and then he proceeds to have dating apps while you are already together or trying to work towards it, that's disrespectful. But if you in your own mind like, oh yeah, this the one, I'm just waiting for him to ask, don't know what time, but it's coming, and he has dating apps, he didn't agree to be your boyfriend, so therefore it's on you because you didn't express or communicate that you really liked him and he didn't agree in return to say I like you too. Because you could be sitting there chilling like we about to get married, yes sir, and then he's sitting there looking at you like a friend. So communication is definitely important, as well as consistency, because I have had the label of girlfriend before, but you was lying. You didn't mean what you said. So just making sure you, hey, excuse me, if this is how you treat a girlfriend, then I don't want the title anymore. You know, you go ahead and take that back, because I feel like you just threw me something because you knew that was something that I value, but the profile didn't equate to your actions. So the words and the actions, they not adding up. So with that being said, if they aren't adding up, then I need to have another discussion. We need to talk again. There's a lot of talking in this phase. And number 5, pray for discernment, and pray for discernment all throughout the relationship. So even in the beginning, like on the dating apps, you can see the person's profile, you can see what they like, and I even look at those pictures with precision. Like, okay, if they have like, for me, I feel like I kind of stray away from things that have drugs, smoking, or like anything that don't really align with my morals. You know, not necessarily saying they're bad people, but I know that I don't participate in these things, so I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like, but he handsome though. Like, it's all right, we good. So try to pray for discernment in that stage, so you can say, okay, what is it? I really look at the written responses, because I feel like you actually took the time to write that out, and analyze that, and then I ask questions about what you wrote to see if he was playing or if this is really true. So the discernment quality comes even when you're in person, because, okay, I'm going to use this analogy. I'm in the process of looking for a car now. And so you can see the picture, you can see the description. If I get there and it don't look like the picture and it don't have the qualities that were listed, you feel me? It's a catfish. So, not saying that the people that I spoke to were catfish necessarily by their looks, but character. Like, oh, okay, you listed here that you're great at communicating. We're sitting here at dinner and you're on your phone the whole time. Conflict. Or if I say to you, you know, your profile say I don't drink or smoke, and then we're out and about and that's what you're doing, that's not adding up. So definitely having a keen eye to see beyond the beauty of the person or the handsomeness of the guy, and just saying like, all right, am I actually happy with what you're presenting, or am I just settling? You know, and that's not to say that person isn't worth you settling for, but you have your own standards and he has his own standards, and sometimes they don't agree, and that's okay. So I hope that that was clear. I hope that you learned something from this. If it goes well and if you like them, then I might continue because I can dive deeper into these topics too. This is more of a generalization of what I learned and what I felt was important and what kind of helped me on this journey. I feel like dating is kind of similar to like going to class and like having a pop quiz every day. Like it's a new challenge every day, but you know, I feel like it's really important to love who you are so that you're not phased by whether or not someone else loves you, because you know you're important. Those things I work on with my affirmations. In the morning time, I listen to affirmation and meditations, and definitely just trying to center myself like, okay, this is an addition to what I like. So if the person is taking away my happiness, taking away my joy, becoming a distraction for things that I like, then you know I have to let them go because I need someone that adds to the things that I like and actually like respects, of course respects what you say, you know, and respects what you believe in. So I feel like once I went through these experiences, I learned more of what I don't like so that I know what I do like when I see it. And it was definitely lessons within this journey, and the journey still continues because I'm not married yet. Well, okay, well, I'm not married yet. This is just a ring that I really like, and I even had a discussion about that because I went out with this guy who's like, "Why you got two rings on? You supposed to not have nothing on this hand." I said, "Until I marry my hand still." What are you talking about? So, um, yeah, I think it's definitely something that is new, especially with the tempting situations. Because I didn't really talk about that too much, but I had this discussion with someone, and they were like, you know, oh, temptation is good. And I said, listen here, at church, we had this song that say, yield not to temptation, for yielding is sin. And you're gonna sit up here and tell me temptation is good. This is get my antennas to moving like something not right, because you you're sitting here telling me something that I don't believe in, and then you're gonna try and sway me to feel uncomfortable about something that I don't believe in. So now you're making it very sticky because now you're gonna be upset that I don't believe in something that you do. And I feel like that's unfair to me because I can like what I like and you like what you like. This doesn't take away from the person at all. We just don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I think that's the beauty of dating. Like you see the person, you say, "Oh, I like this quality, this about them." Then you sit down and you spend time with them. You say, "Okay, I don't like this and that." So you kind of make a list like, what am I benefiting? What are they taking away? If it outweighs more, because they could take away some things too. Like, um, they could take away stress. They could be someone that you just have fun with. You know, they could take away things that can help you too. So it's really about how you two mesh with each other and how you two are able to see eye to eye and build something special. So that's my knowledge on the topic. And like I said, I can go more in depth on different topics that are more specific, but this is my general take on dating as a Christian woman and trying to do things that I feel are going to be morally respectful, as well as character Like things that will allow my character to live happily while also trying to date and be respectful to him, or showing respect between both parties. Because I feel like I shouldn't have to change who I am completely for you. That's not going to happen. And he shouldn't have to change completely for me. That's not going to happen. So if we can kind of find, like, that little Venn diagram, that sweet middle, then we'll be all right. So I'm happy to see you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.